What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Want to start by wishing everyone a happy new year, a happy 2020. Best of luck and blessings for the new year. And can Arsenal start the new year off and put a smile on our faces? It's the start of the January transfer window, so we're going to look at the latest transfer news and see if Arsenal are going to strengthen this squad that I think definitely needs strengthening. So just not too much has happened today, but just going over some of the things that we've already seen. Of course, Granit Xhaka, who's been linked with this move to Hertha Berlin, his agent has been very outspoken, saying that everything's agreed. It's just the two clubs. Mikel Arteta apparently is the person holding it up as they're waiting on him to give the okay. Now, they're now saying it is a loan with an obligation to buy for 25 million in the summer. I don't think that's great business. I think Arsenal should have got a little bit more money for it. When you consider what some other teams are getting for players, I think Xhaka, although I don't think he's a great player, I think we should be getting at least 35 million for him, getting our money back. That's just my opinion. Considering how inflated the market is at the moment, I would have liked to have seen us get a little bit more. We need defenders in this window as well. We've got a massive defensive problem at the moment. You look at Kolasinac and Tierney are injured. We have no left back. We're playing Saka at left back. And also Hector Bellerin is seriously struggling with his fitness at right back, which means Maitland-Niles having to cover. And now the news coming out that Callum Chambers could be out for the rest of the season. I mean, we're in a bit of a crisis here at the moment. Just going back to the Granit Xhaka situation, if he was to go, I think we have to replace him. We've seen that our midfield is not strong enough, not good enough. Ceballos is coming back from injury, that's a boost. But I think we need somebody with some power in there to probably play next to either Ceballos or Torreira or both. I would like to see us go for Doucouré personally, because to me it's a realistic signing in this January transfer window. There are players that would probably be even better than him, but players like Ndidi, I don't see Arsenal, number one, spending that type of money. Number two, would Ndidi even want to come to Arsenal at this stage? Thomas Partey, apparently we didn't have the money to sign him in the summer. So why would we have the money now? I don't see the Kroenkes giving Arteta massive money in this window. So for me, Doucouré, I think he would probably cost between 30 and 40 million pounds. Apparently, he's an Arsenal fan, and I think that is a realistic deal. He's big, he's powerful, he's athletic, and I think playing him next to Torreira or a Ceballos would seriously improve our midfield and give us something that we lack. We're not quick enough or powerful enough in that midfield area. So that's somebody I'd be looking for. Just one I want to throw into the mix here is Nathaniel Klein. Jurgen Klopp was speaking about him, saying that the likelihood is that they would allow him to go in January if they received a suitable offer, as he's out of contract in the summer. Now, Arsenal fans, I mean, let me know what you think. Nathaniel Klein as a right back to come in and challenge Hector Bellerin. He's in his late 20s, he's experienced, he was a solid right back. I know he's been out injured for a while, but he's available on the cheap. And I know, he's been out of injury, but apparently he's not too far away from being back. He's English, and I think he'd be a decent signing as a squad player. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. Let me know what you think. And of course, the centre-back situation. I mean, we needed one, maybe two centre-backs anyway, but with this potential injury to Callum Chambers, we definitely have to go and get one. Upamecano, I did a video on him a few days ago. He is the number one target. It was interesting, a guy, I think he's on Twitter, he put a video up where he approached Raul Sanelli at the last game, and he showed him a picture of Upamecano and sort of said, this is the guy we should get. And, Sanelli smiled and says, I know he's a good player. So, he knows, and I think the club are looking at it. Upamecano apparently has got 18 months left on his contract, so Leipzig will be aware that if he doesn't extend his deal, his value is going to decrease and decrease, and Arsenal may be able to get him in the January window. I'm told he's had a steady season. And of course, he hasn't extended his contract, so maybe they'll be willing to cash in on him. And, would he come to us in January? I think he probably would if we offered him the right deal. Of course, I did say the other day that there are rumours linking him to Manchester City. If them rumours were true, I think that would almost give Arsenal no chance of getting him. Surely he would want to go to Manchester City, a team who are, in the Champions League and challenging. So we'll have to see what develops on that. I think that's probably the most likely one. Lewis Dunk is somebody I would look at as well. A solid centre back, dominates aerially as well. That's somebody I would look at. And obviously William Saliba, a player we've already signed, but unfortunately he's on loan at Saint Etienne. Apparently Arsenal have explored the possibility of bringing him back early from his loan at Saint Etienne, although from what I hear, they're not keen on doing that. Sometimes you got to offer money to end these loans early. So let's see what happens on that. Arsenal being Arsenal, we're being linked with attacking players despite the fact we're desperate for defenders. But, if you can get a decent player in on loan, then you never know. We're being linked, of course, with Thomas Lemar. I spoke about him in a video the other day. Apparently, Atletico not keen on letting him go, although they have said if they could recoup a lot of the money they paid for him, they would consider it. So would Arsenal go in with sort of a loan with an option to buy? That's one to look at. A natural left footer, which we don't have really playing on the left-hand side. Of course, Pepe is the left footer, but he plays on the right. So will they look at him? We've also been linked with Dries Mertens, who, again, 3 or 4 years ago, I'd have bit your hand off. But right now, is that what we need? The crazy thing is, Dries Mertens is out of contract in the summer, which means Arsenal and other clubs in the Premier League could actually offer him a contract to sign him on a free transfer in the summer, which is an interesting one. But, I'm not saying Mertens is the answer. I would take him short term, I'm not going to lie, but he's going to want a 2 or 3 year deal, so I wouldn't really be looking at that. Shkodran Mustafi, are we going to try and get rid of him in this window? We tried to sell him in the summer. Of course, Unai Emery was very vocal about the fact that he wanted to get rid of Mustafi, and nobody seemed to want to take him. He was linked with a loan move to Monaco, but that deal never came to fruition, and he's still here. So will they try and get rid of him? It's going to be interesting. Look, the window's just opened. I'm sure Arsenal will have been doing their work in the past couple of weeks since Arteta was coming. What I would say is, for me, I think, the January window is not a good window to completely rebuild your squad. I don't expect 4 or 5 big signings to come in. I would like to see Arsenal make 2. I think we need a couple of players, fresh faces. I think a defender needs to come in. Particularly a centre-back, although I would like to see a right-back as well. But I think we definitely need a centre-back, and of course that centre midfield player to replace Granit Xhaka if he leaves. I think we needed a midfielder anyway, but him going just adds to that. So I'd like to see Arsenal bring in 2 players. Give me 2 names, realistic names. If we can't get Upamecano, what other centre-back do we go for? A lot of people have said Koulibaly. I just don't see that deal happening. I know Napoli are now, the rumours saying that they would take around £55 million for him, which is a good price. He is a good defender, but I think Arsenal will go for a younger defender. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Tell me the centre-backs you would go for, the midfielders. I've said Doucouré. There are other guys out there. What other positions do you think we need to strengthen, Although we always talk about how strong our attack is, if you look at our attack, Lacazette completely out of form, especially in recent times since he's come back. Nicolas Pepe can't get a start at the moment and hasn't hit the ground running. Martinelli has been very good, although he's suffered this slight injury at the moment. And Aubameyang, who's been absolutely on fire. So as good as we say our attack is, Lacazette and Pepe have not fired. Nelson has been, he had a good game the other day, but overall he hasn't had a great season yet. Saka started off well and he's come out the team and then ended up at left back. So who in our attack that we say is so strong is actually performing apart from Aubameyang? Just before we end this video, I do want to talk about Aubameyang quickly. Rumours that he wants to leave, although everything I've heard out of the club and people who are involved in the club have said that Aubameyang loves it at Arsenal. He wants to stay, but he wants to see ambition. He wants to see improvements, and they're still hopeful within the club that Arsenal can win the Europa League. And you know, this, people have to remember, the season in the Premier League might disappear away from us. We might finish mid-table this season, that's a fact. But we can still win this Europa League. And that's where we have to put all our eggs in that basket. Okay, the Premier League, you know, we do have to take care of it and make sure, you know, we're not in a relegation battle. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll finish mid-table. I think we'll struggle to even land in a Europa League spot at the moment. But we can turn this season around, you know, have a good run of form and win that Europa League, and we can rescue something out of this season. Thanks for tuning in. I just want to let you know that the channel will be improving over the next few days. I've ordered some new equipment so I can start editing videos properly and putting pictures in the videos, and I'm going to sort out, you know, some sort of intro and these little things that do help the quality of your videos, I agree. So thanks for all your great support. It's been a journey so far, and I want this channel to grow and become much better. I want to keep, you know, giving you content, hopefully improve the channel, and you know, look forward to a prosperous 2020 for everyone. And hopefully Arsenal can improve this month and step forward into this January transfer window, improve the squad, and enjoy the rest of this season. Let's see who they sign. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bless.